All right. Hello, all you beautiful, wonderful, spectacular, amazing tea people. Today, we are going to be answering the question, how do you know if your tea has gone stale? And we're going to be testing it with this tea right here, which is the pre-Qingming tea. We're going to talk about this tea a little bit. And then in the YouTube and the Facebook, which I've got on the computer right here, I'm going to jump into the Google Earth. And once we talked about the teas and tested out the teas, I'm going to jump into Google Earth and we're going to take a trip to Mingjin. And we're going to go take a look. And I've loaded up the fancy Google Earth, and I'm going to see if it works. I haven't used it yet, but we're just going to see if it works. And let's see, see if I open up the window, is that better? Yeah, I guess that's a little better. Anyways, I really should, this winter time, okay, so this winter time I'm going to work on the studio a little bit. Right now I just do it in one place, but it's so hot, there's only one place right now with air conditioning, so I just do it in here. But when it gets to winter, I'll go to the other spot. Now, why are we talking about when things get stale? Why are we talking about staleness and all these different types of things? The reason we're talking about it, there's a big reason why. If you're buying tea from me, I'm going to let you know when it was made, usually the day it was made, who it was made by, the area, all those different things, right? I'm going to let you know all of those different things about the tea. If you're going somewhere else, you're buying from a different vendor or something else like that, and you want to know whether it is real, what they're talking about, then you should know whether a tea is fresh or whether a tea is stale. And there's a couple different ways that you can test to see whether a tea is fresh and whether a tea is stale. But the real way, the only real way you can do it is actually by tasting the teas. That's literally the only way you can do it. And so what I've got in front of me is the tea that I wanted to test to see whether it's stale or not. And this tea is the pre-Qingming Four Seasons. Now this tea, when it first came out, it was finished in February. So it was a beautiful, beautiful tea. Now we're at about 6 months now. Right? We're at about 6 months it's been made. And this tea, I haven't had it for maybe 3 or 4 months. And I wanted to try it out because I don't have very much left of it. And I'm wondering, should I be putting this tea on sale? Hey man, how's it going? I hope your summer went absolutely wonderfully well. I hope you're doing wonderfully well as well. And so I wanted to make sure that, like, should I be putting this tea on sale? Now, why would I be putting this tea on sale? I don't have that much left. Some other places, when they don't have much left of a tea, they actually raise the prices. I don't really do that. Mostly because I think that's kind of, well, I know what. Anyways, I'm not getting into that. But I don't have that much of it left. And I want to know whether it's stale or not. Now, what I've got here, I've got these two teas. This is the pre-Qingming Four Seasons Oolong is right here. And then this one over here is this one I've been sampling that I still haven't gotten in touch with my friend yet. But this is, I'm pretty sure it's a freshly picked sort of a late spring, early summer. I'd probably market it as a fall tea because it's got the same characteristics of a fall tea, but it's fresh. So what do you get when a fresh tea, especially with the high mountain oolongs? In general, we're talking about high mountain oolongs, right? So when you're talking about, like, say, I'll just do it quickly. If you're talking about a black tea, you actually don't want a fresh black tea, right? The fresh black teas have a little bit of an edge to them. They've got a bite to them. They've got a sort of a, well, actually what happens with the stale teas, there's a chalkiness to the fresh black teas. You want a black tea that's about 6 months to 8 months old. That's when it starts getting good. The best black teas, 18 months, something like that. That's when it really comes into its own, depending on the black teas. But when you're looking at these green teas, you want them fresh. And I can say anything less than 30% oxidized. So green teas, white teas as well. Although it doesn't matter that much because they develop with age as well. And so all of those things, you want those teas fresh. And so when you're drinking the fresh tea, like I got this fresh tea right here, and it's a gorgeous tea. I got to buy this tea. It's so nice. It's really so nice. That vegetal is fresh and it's nice and it's just You just hit with, oh, that's nice. Now, when a tea gets stale, what happens? Tea gets stale, you're getting, well, starch, for lack of a better way of describing it, right? And if you're listening to this, you probably know, right? So you know what I'm talking about. Do you find it's processing, roasting when it comes to how long things will last before going stale? Oxidization, right? And that's a great question. So how long do things last when it's oxidization, right? So what you're looking at is you're looking at basically just oxidization. Hey man, how's it going? Are you on this side of the world or have you moved yet? And so when you're looking at oxidization, you're looking at green teas. You know, like right now, I don't have any green tea on the site because I try and buy just enough to sell out before the really, really hot weather. And then because with the hot weather, the green teas will go stale really fast. And then I'll buy again sort of mid-September when they start making green tea again. So it's super fresh. Yeah, it's been a while. And so that's why I get sort of the green teas. I buy them and then I sell them as fast as I can. I don't buy too much of the green teas. I don't want them to get stale, right? I don't want them to get stale. And when they get stale, again, that freshness, that sharpness that pops out the top, that's not what you're getting with the fresh tea. Now, with the greener teas, it's okay. They're still not too bad. But to get back to this tea, what I got right here, this tea, should it go on sale? Yes or no? I haven't had it in a couple months. We're going to try it out here. Still in the Philippines, wife is in the U.S., still waiting to graduate from culinary school. Okay, right on. So I hope you pass, my friend. I hope you pass. I hope on the test it's all about tea. I hope your final test is all about tea, so you can ace it. Now again, what is this tea? This is a Four Seasons Oolong, which usually I don't get too many Four Seasons Oolong, but this one was done in February, and so it was this beautiful mix of snow pick tea and spring tea. So right in the middle, like right in the middle between those two. And so that's why I got it. Just a beautiful, beautiful flavor. But I haven't had this for 3 or 4 months. Now, I've been storing this in the fridge. So springtime teas came in, stuck them all in the fridge. The fridge was like full. And now it's slowly dwindling. I'm like, whoa, we got to get some fall tea in there. Oh, look at that. And so I haven't had it for a while, but it's been sitting in the fridge. Again, if you want to age your teas, make sure they're okay. Then you want the you want to keep it in the fridge to keep it from getting stale. But this tea is kind of specialty. It's been like 6-8 months. Would follow her in October. Yeah, you're saying, yeah, that's right. You're saying October, right? So it is. It's a little early. Okay, so here we go. Let's try this out. Is this tea going on sale right now? I don't think it has to go on sale yet. I apologize. Maybe I got people's hopes up if they really enjoy this tea, but I think keeping it in the fridge saved this tea from the quite extreme. I don't know what's the way to describe it. The extreme heat of the Taiwanese summer in the warehouse. So this is actually okay. It doesn't have the staleness. Now it's lost a little bit of the freshness. Oh yeah, I'll put it on sale. I mean, I just assumed that this tea, because it was so special and so good fresh, that it would be stale by now, but it's not. So I was hedging my bets, but I'm still going to put it on sale because it is not quite as good as it was when it was fresh in February. Now, a lot of that could be as well that I was jonesing for springtime teas in February, like I'm like, come on. It was a long winter this year, right? Come on, give me some springtime teas. Come on. That I was just like, wow, it's almost springtime. Yeah. And so I was really excited about this tea. I mean, I bought it, right? but the aftertaste is still there. It's still nice. But I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on sale, 10% off. I'll do that as soon as this is done. All right. Well, we have some. Yes, the heat in Asia is just, it's so bad for the greenish teas. Now, for black teas, perfect. Like I can age in 6 months. I can age a black tea here, where you would be looking at 2-3 years of aging in a different environment, and it works so well. It works so. Black teas are perfect. Roasted teas, the fire gets off them really fast. But when you're looking at the greener teas, that's a big no-no for here. That's why I got a big fridge for putting in all the fresh teas as they come in. Now, any questions about staleness? I think I'll go over the staleness a little bit more. Again, why do I want you guys to know about staleness and sort of understanding staleness? Because I want you to be cognizant of when somebody's lying to you. Somebody says, "Oh yeah, this is a 2023 tea," and then you drink it and you go, "What? No, it's not." There is a starchiness to it. There is a lack of a vegetal burst. There is the aftertaste is there, but it's not as smooth and it's not as crisp as it is when you get in like a fresh tea. And so that's sort of what I'm looking at when I'm talking about all this stuff. Like, I want you guys to know. Now this here, it's not as fresh as it was in February, but it's still okay. No bitterness and astringency to speak of. It's nice. It's just nice. Always drink the greener oolongs immediately. Well, you can throw them in the freezer, right? Japanese greens as well, for sure. Drink them as fast as you can. I always drink it within a year of being it's picked, even if I don't buy oolongs for a year. I don't buy oolongs from a year ago if it's green. I don't sell oolongs from a year ago if they're green, right? So it's, I looking around, no, I simply don't. I don't even, I've got a couple wintertime teas from from like November 2022, but that's it. And the only reason I have those is because the springtime teas either didn't get made or they weren't very good. That's the only reason I have them. And so, that's a good rule of thumb. Don't buy green oolongs if they're a year old. Don't buy them because there's no way that they've got that fresh, especially if you can get green oolongs from other places. Now, if you can get, like I sold some of the last year's springtime tea for like 50% off, that's okay, right? But don't be paying full price ever for a year-old greenish oolong. Don't do it. It's not worth it. To be fair, your greener oolongs sell out within the year. Yes, that is true. And the name Mountain sell out within a week or so. No. I've still got them all there. I've even got a 6 Mountain sample set, right? So they don't sell out that fast. The leaf litter, yes, yeah, that's for sure. That one is a beautiful tea. I've got it right up here. I got a couple of them. I should drink one of these times. Throw them in the freezer. Oh man, I just throw them in the Mylar and call it a day. But at the same time, I drink green oolongs fast. Well, there's the trade-off, right? So it also depends on where you are. Like for example, I turn off the fridge in late October, early November, and then I turn the fridge on again in April. Because if you are, less than maybe 20 degrees or less than 25 degrees, it's not that dramatic a change, right? I usually get in the wintertime teas in sort of November. And so the wintertime here, aging them here or having them here, but they do usually sell out by the time the spring teas come on. so that's that. Like if I had them left, I'd probably stick them in the fridge. But they do sell out pretty fast. That is a very good point. My 2018 Taiwanese Sheng is awesome. Yeah, speaking of aging in Asian heat, yes, absolutely. Only one more session left and it's gone forever. Really? Well, I still got one here. So when you come to visit, We'll there's a 2018 Taiwanese Shen, and I got to get on that. I got to get those tea cakes. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I am on YouTube and on Facebook. I'm going to share my screen here, and I did something fancy this time. I did up Google Earth, right? So I didn't do Google Maps. So before I was just doing Google Maps, but this time I did Google Earth. So if you're on Instagram, if you can jump over to the YouTube or the Facebook, then it might be a little better visuals. But I'm going to test it out, and I'm just going to zoom into Taiwan here. And I want to zoom into Mingjian. And I just want to show you where this tea is made. Now, I've done it with Google Maps before. Here we go. But I haven't done it with Google Earth yet. Actually, I've never actually used Google Earth. I always just use the maps. But we're going to zoom in here. And I just want to show you this area and why in February. So in February, why would they be able to pull off such a beautiful tea? Right? Because this is a gorgeous tea, and it's still good now. But in February, it was, I mean, it was just like, whoa, so beautiful. Now, can you see it? Let's see. There you go. Can you see Mingjian on this map? Now, so again, if you're on Instagram, jump over to either Facebook or YouTube, and you'll be able to see the visuals here. But I'll describe them here. Now, what we're seeing right here is this bowl, and it's literally a bowl. Like Mingjian is just a bowl, and it's like this, and then all around on either side, on every side, are mountains, and you can see it right here. Now, there's a huge sort of stream comes up here. There's this river valley that comes down through Zhushan, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit more here, so you can see it. But at one point, the mountains were like the river. So you think like this. Right now, the river goes like this, and Mingjian is over to the side. Before, this valley was closed, and so there was like a weird marshy, mud-flatty type of lakey thing where Mingjian was. And so just hundreds and thousands of years of dirt just came down and plopped itself down in this one spot, which is rare in Taiwan. It's extremely rare in Taiwan. Taiwan is one of these places that is, and right there you can just see, look at the difference in the color of the soil. You can see it right there. So over here you can sort of see it's the lighter colored soil, and then right there it just gets red. Wow, that's so cool. And we're going to zoom in here a little bit further, but you can sort of see this area. Now, what that means is that area is just fertile. It's just fertile. It's got so much stuff growing there. And because it's surrounded sort of by mountains, you're not getting extremes in both temperature. Well, it gets hot, but it's not going to get that cold. And it doesn't get the right amount of water. Like, it's a little bit dry, but because there's this big old river that comes through, they siphon off the water, and it just goes all through there, right? It just, and they can irrigate the heck out of the place. And then it gets the normal dumps. So the question is, does it have red soil? Well, if you can see here, I'm going to just zoom in, and let's see how. So here you can sort of see what color the soil is. Now, if you're looking at a satellite, now that's tea. If you're looking at this right here, that's tea. And this is the dry soil. Let's see if here's one. Here's a part of the soil that's been irrigated. It's got some water on it. And is that water? Let's see how good it is. Maybe that's just leaf litter. I'm going to zoom around a little bit and see if I can find one that's been watered. But yes, it's red. When that soil gets watered, red soil is a lot of iron, really good for winemaking. Can also be good for pottery if there's clay. Well, here Yeah, I think it's a little bit too hot for grapes, but basically it's good for everything, for growing everything. But this, I just zoomed in randomly, but this is all tea, right? So this is all tea. And last time I was there, it was funny, I was sitting, I stopped, and I was sitting at like a 7-Eleven, and then out the window, there are people picking tea across the street. It's one of these types of places. And so you have to be very careful about getting tea from Minggen, because a lot of the tea from Minggen is really low quality. Lots of chemicals and sort of nastiness going on. So on this particular day, it doesn't look like they've been doing a lot of irrigation. Again, if you're on the Facebook or wow, look at that. You want to see some intense sun, check this out. Look at those shadows. So those are the shadows of the, well, no, those might actually just be those are betel nut trees. I can't tell whether they're shadows or not. Anyways, there might actually just be the trees. Anyways, the sun is very intense there. But you can see just how the color of the soil there. Right? And it really is. It's beautiful. Now, all of this is tea. And, the vast majority of the tea that is picked there and grown there is get some red soil to your pottery master. Well, the soil, he only really uses soil from his garden. Or sorry, not his garden, his land. That's what he likes to use. And it's not particularly red. But I don't know. The soil here in Minggen, it's pretty sandy, right? It's pretty sandy soil. It's not like it's super, super, super clay-like. There's a lot of soil in it, or a lot of sand in it, for sure. But anyways, I just wanted to jump in there. Let's see what can we add here? Let's see, what's that? Voyager, no. Projects, map style. Okay, let's see if we can change the map style. Turn on 3D buildings. Oh, it's already on. Okay, so there we go. Now we're gonna move out a little bit. I think there was a way that you could do this where you could like zoom in and go over the mountains and things like that. Maybe they only do that for big cities. Anyways. Oh, hey, there's a golf course. But there you go. There's an idea of this spot. Why can you get a tea in February from this spot? But anyways, there we go. That's it for now. Any questions about this? Remember, when you're looking at teas to see whether they are fresh or whether they are stale, then what you're looking for is the sort of the burst of the vegetalness right at the start. That's what you're really looking for. Also, whether the aftertaste is really good. So what happens with the aftertaste? But the most important thing is the starchiness of the upfront and the mid-mouth. Not so much the aftertaste. The aftertaste usually stays. But the starchiness of the upfront and the mid-mouth. If it's starchy, then it's stale. All right, so remember, if you're getting those greenish oolongs, always, always, always remember to get those greenish oolongs. Don't wait a year. All right, don't wait a year. Make sure that you're drinking them the year that they're made. Okay, that's it for now. Last chance for questions for any of this stuff. Last chance for questions for any of this stuff. Let me know. So again, this is live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. But wherever you are in the world, I certainly hope you have an amazing day. Thank you, everybody who has bought tea and supported us. We really, really, really appreciate it greatly. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next live stream.